So it only takes 20 lead to make all 5 of these control assemblies. And there they all are. And yeah, I got enough steel to cover that too. But it'll take 180 lead to make the rest of it, the fuel rods. So I suppose what I can do in the interim time period is sort of game out where the rest of this is supposed to go. You see, this is going to take up a 5x5 footprint. And I'm going to put it here. Come on. Yeah, that's 5. Now, I don't want to fill the whole darn thing in yet, but I think the way this is supposed to work is you have, since it's 5 square by 9 high, or 5 by 5, and then 9 blocks high. You can see, oh, there. So there's going to be sort of a frame used with made out of these fission reactor casings. But I don't think the top of the frame will be present. It'll be more it'll be the 25 plus let me see, 8 times 4 is 32 plus 25 is come to think of it, I'm not 100% sure on this. I'm just starting the assembly. I mean, structural glass is the reactor glass is going to cover most of it, and the fission. Oh wait, yeah, I was forgetting. There's going to be sort of an outline on top. There'll be glass on top, but it'll be outlined by these casings. That's what I was thinking of. I'm going to go and see if the chemical injection chamber is ready to accept the rest of the lead I have here yet. Looks like it is. There we go. And I'll get the structural glass here. And the fail-safe mechanism. My configurator, I gotta have that on me. So the fact that it's in a quarter. Means that it can't exactly tap out of 2 sides. But I don't want it to. I mean, I want to keep things neat, so the turbine will be next to it. It'll be over in this center area here. With that in mind, I had to put a port on the bottom. and another one on the top on that side. And what about the... Actually, if I were to put the port on this side here, then I might be able to put one for the nuclear... No, the way I had this gamed out, the nuclear waste ports were going to go on this side. And the failsafe can go on the same side as the turbine. Suppose that'll work. We'll make structural glass here. Although I'm going to need like sort of an opening so I can get in and out of this place. Because I suppose technically speaking we're not entirely ready to go quite this far yet. But I guess since I'm building it into a hillside, I have easy access to the top. I suppose usually when you build a multi-block this size, you start sort of climbing up it as you build it. And to do that, you need everything ready. Oh, did I put that there? I didn't mean to. I think the way it's supposed to work is that one redstone controller outputs a logical high whenever, well, on a signal that you choose. Let me see, which signal is that? Oh, it can't do it until the plant's actually finished. But I suppose I can start doing it this way. So I suppose what I need out of this is a place to put the redstone, which I've got. Then it has to connect to a piston that's facing up. The way to make a piston face up is to face down when you're placing it. Then you've got the reactor port here. And the observer is going to go there. So the observer will be... when this redstone signal goes high, the piston will trip, pushing the gravel in front of the observer and making it send out a redstone signal to, in this case, shut the reactor down. Of course, reactor to shut down has to cool off first. Now, frankly, I'm hoping I never have to actually see that thing trip, because I'd like to keep the heat from the reactor steady. And to do that, you need a steady amount of coolant. How much of this do I... It's not quite through yet. Then there's the turbine. I still haven't I haven't built that yet, but that's because that's going to be in one really big quest as opposed to a bunch of little ones. So 5 by 5 by 9, that's of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, come on, why can't I reach this? Here we go. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 8, 8, and 9. And we're going to put these all around it. Ta-da! That's all of them, believe it or not. I mean, yeah, there's one left over, but that's because these things are built in packs of 4. Now that I've done that, I'm going to stick the last port on right in here. And fill in the rest of this here. And then, I wonder if I can actually do this. The rods will be assembled in a checkerboard pattern like so. Then we fill in the rest of the structure with the glass. Now keep in mind that to place an observer, you have to, and make it face somewhere. I think the only way to do that is to face a certain way when you're placing it. In this case, you got to face front. Ah, here we go. Looks like I can do this after all, so... But I can't configure the logic adapter, only... What if I can configure the... No. I still can't configure the logic adapter, but I can configure the ports. So that's set to output waste. And what do the books say about placing these? There's input only, output waste, and output coolant. And somewhere down here, place an input valve near the top of the structure in line with the vents. And the coolant output is lower, so we're going to output the coolant here, like that. And the other two are inputs. This one I think should be for fuel, and the other for, well, coolant. Now I suppose I could start adding the pipes in. However, I need to do something to them first. Let's see, I need 16 iron for this. I've already got the atomic alloy. Oh, wait. I've got the redstone, but I might as well use this redstone because I didn't know I was going to get that as a reward. Alright, I'll wait until that metallurgic infuser is done. And there. When all this is finished, I will have 8 of each. What am I going to do with this stuff? Well, I'll go down here. And promote the pipes. And the pressurized tubes to advanced. And then to elite. And finally to ultimate. I'm going to need all the coolant flow and steam I can get. Of course, I can't exactly place these just yet. But I suppose one thing that I can do is to input coolant. It's an input or an output? Oh, the input's way up there. But I need to contain everything in one chunk. Everything reactor related, including the water that that the reactor gets its that the reactor uses as coolant. Now, how am I going to do that? It's simple. Another one of those aqueous accumulators. This and some iron. I'll put these back, or this one back anyway. Only need 2, and 2 of these. How many copper ingots? Oh. Here we are. This back here. So consolidate space. I'll put it in the middle of this. I'm going to have to climb to the top of this thing. And this is a quick and dirty method. I'll probably have to replace it with something. Yeah, it's not like anything surrounding the reactor has to be on the same. All right, yeah, the reactor isn't formed, so it's not connecting yet. But it will. That should do it. I'll just disassemble the rest of this, like that. Can't reach. There we are. And that should do it for the for the initial flow of coolant anyway. I keep forgetting I can't go that way anymore. Let me reach. There we go. Over here. Oh, and I gotta configure this so that it extracts. And when the reactor is formed, I'll configure the other end so that it inputs. Well, inserts. There's another preliminary measure, I suppose, since this is set to output coolant, right? I think I probably mean the steam. Yeah, and the waste I think we can save for, if I remember correctly, the waste is technically gaseous. I'm not exactly sure how that's supposed to work. And the fuel goes here. So yeah, this reactor isn't exactly set up completely yet, of course, but and it won't be completely set up until the turbine, and the solar neutrino activator, as well as the necessary waste barrels, are built. But it's not that far off. How many of these have we got? 70 plus 42 is 112. So I'll be back once I have enough lead to make the what do you call them? The fission fuel assemblies. Well, I have determined that the lead that I have is enough. So I'm going to have to start doing this 30 times. Once for each gas tank. So that shouldn't be too hard. Now this is the last part of the reactor that I'm building. Because the bit after that I'm going to assemble it, and I suppose the real problem is going to be placing the overseer, or not overseer, observer. Why do I keep calling it an overseer? Because the observer has to be facing out, but to do that you have to get it to face out, you have to stand in, or behind it or something. I don't know whether I can actually do that without without standing like behind it, I guess. I don't know, I suppose we'll get to that when we... here we are. Just out of absolute curiosity, what's my reward? It's more infusion, but this time it's carbon. Which I can indeed use. I suppose I'll have to jury-rig that to connect to... and there's advanced pressurized tubes involved. I'll have to jury-rig that to connect to that one metallurgic infuser I've got inside the machine room, because it's instrumental in producing steel. So I'm going to put it here. Where did I get that idea? And there. And there we go. When I close this up, it's finished. And I can, oh, you can just right click on the thing and set it to activate the reactor when powered and deactivate when unpowered. And then here, set it to high temperature. So, this is an output for high temperature. This is an input for activation. I think that's how the observer is supposed to work. With the with its eyes covered, it will. Yeah, that's not ominous at all, is it? I'll put something here to place the observer down on. But then, how can I possibly... Yeah, good luck trying to get to me. How can I possibly make it face forward instead of, say, up? Or, well, if I place it this way, it'll be down. And that's what I do is... What if I were to put some wood here, and then move the piece that I've got down to there. Oh, no, it'll have to be further down. I'll just stand here, and then I'll pick the redstone back up, and because I got to be high enough to. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I got to be high enough to get it to face forward. Place it over my head. Yeah, I don't think I've ever really used an observer before, so I'm not sure what the arrow on the bottom means. Ah, here we go. And I didn't even have to take off the take the reactor apart and put it back together again. And there you have it. Am I ever gonna hit these guys? So that's it. That's the reactor. The next task, of course, is the turbine. But I suppose I'll have to cover that later. Preferably when I'm finished processing the lead I've got. Because that turbine is one huge task.